All right, let's see. Am I up and running? Warforged machines. Nope, that's not what I want. I want the current Spelljammer Vocath. Where are you at, Voc? Did I label you wrong? Give you the wrong name. Started not streamed 3 hours ago. Why am I not up and running? Am I not up and running? I'm supposed to be up and running. I am not getting a feed. I am attempting to find... There it is. Holy Hannah, that took forever. There it is. Holy Hannah, that took
How long
forever.
have I been streaming it?
45 seconds of me saying, what the book? 45 seconds of me saying, what the book? All right. So we're getting our shit straight now. Hey guys, my name is Phil Kearney. I create role-playing games, I illustrate them, and I publish them online. And I've been focusing my attention primarily on Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, specifically the Spelljammer campaign setting. Spelljammer Adventures in Space. Wizards of the Coast released this in August 2022. And I'll tell you this, and I've said it before. So I think the big thing here is that we had Saltmarsh, which had boat mechanics, ships on the water. We had Descent into Avernus, which then gave us land vehicle mechanics. Actually, a lot more combat focused than what the boats were. So then they announced Spelljammer's Adventures in Space for August 2022. And there was, I believe, a large collective holding of the breath for what are our airship mechanics going to be like. And nothing ever happened. It just didn't exist. It's like, hey, don't worry about it. And it's like, that was unsatisfying. So that's what compelled me to create the Spelljammer combat and exploration document that you can see here on screen. That is the cover. Here, let me move this all around so you can see here. Hey, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, get notifications when I'm live in the future. We're up to 371 episodes here of me building that book, and now this supplement that we're building on top of it. So just go down here real quick, just to play out. Here's the full playlist. Here's the actual book published now on DMsGuild. You can go all the way back to episode number 1, where we're just starting to tinker around with the ideas based on what was published in August 2022. Yeah, deep dive into using 5e combat with ships, but instead of being at 5-foot scale, it's at the 50 and 500-foot scale instead. So your ship is basically like, if you're a pilot, you're effectively wild shaping like a druid into the ship so you can move the limbs and attack with stuff, while you have your crew on your back firing siege weapons at other animated beast machines. So you could have up to a 500-foot vessel. The way that I frame it is you can have a ship up to 500 feet in size. And the Adventures in Space that was published in August 22 has the largest size ship that they offer is the Hammerhead ship, which is 250 feet. So you can see here, talking about scale, right? This is a 5x5 space with 50-foot squares. So it's 250 feet long, but just like a horse is like 8 feet long and 2 feet wide, it still fills the full 2x2 space, because that's how like spacing of opponents works in 5th edition. So that also allows us the opportunity to have like gyroscopic rotation, hover capabilities, to be able to strafe back and forth, because you're animating the ship to be your body essentially while you're sitting at the helm. So fun stuff. So I've talked about this a lot. Obviously, there's 370 episodes of doing it. But like you can see here, this is a fighter craft. This is at the 5-foot scale. Craft are up to 50 feet. Vessels are up to 500 feet. So you can see here, like the Warbird, Elven Warbird, is a 50 by 50 craft. So it pretty much occupies its space. A Spiderling is 40 feet. It's an 8 by 8 space at the 5-foot scale. And one of the smallest ones we have right now is the Arrow, a Goblin Arrow ship, which is 15 feet long, and it's a triangle. It's shaped like an arrow, right? It also has sharp edges, so it can slash sails and stuff like that too. So it's actually really good. Like against star moths, it's super good. Like these giant razor blades. This is an elven ship. That's a goblin arrow. Of course, they're gonna fight each other. So this has just got giant scimitars along the edge of its wings. But all of this crystalline structure is vulnerable to being attacked with giant razor blades. So naturally, goblins have the goblin arrows so they can slash at ships like this in squadrons. So we have squadron mechanics and fleet mechanics and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, the point is that the largest size ship they have in Adventures in Space is 250 feet, but they never really say what your upper limit is. They just give you examples of boats. So what we're working on today, and now we're getting to the point of it, is we'll put the book cover out of the way. We're taking Vocath, who is the Mercane that is your point of contact in Doom Space. This is the base that he has on the orbiting the moon of Vocath, and it occupies, coincidentally, it's 500 feet in size. So like all of it fits within a 500-foot space. So that means that all we got to do is just attach a spelljamming helm to it, and you could pilot it. So let's take that. I mean, flying like that is, I guess, it's more Jetsons than anything else. But we want it to be cool. So we figure all these crystals and structure that are folded up underneath there, if we treat those as folded up crab legs, when the ship unfurls, it's like a combat lobster, and it's got a bunch of, that's not we're not working on that deck right now, but the bottom deck has just an array, like a 10-pack of trebuchet of animated trebuchets that are self-firing and self-directing, as long as you just issue commands using the command system to order them to attack. They'll attack on their own. But the reload score is ridiculous, so it's good to break up the action economy amongst multiple. Crew aboard, the crewmates aboard the fortress as like guards and stuff. Have them also be able to direct the trebuchet during combat, so you don't have to have the pilot issuing a command to fire all 10 trebuchet together, and then it's just going to take forever for all of them to get reloaded again. So instead of doing that, it's you can just have the guards that aren't guarding anything during combat. They can go down and they can direct crew, like 2 trebuchet each, so you have a smaller crew, so you can reset them, so you can get them both reset every round, so you can have a barrage that's constantly going out, depending on how much action economy the DM decides is appropriate for the challenge at hand. The DM can set the action economy. So there's default action economy, but you can modify it with using ship fleet mechanics versus individual ship weapon mechanics. You can use them both. You can use them together. You can mix and match them. So anyway, it's fun. They're all modular. It's really fun to play around with it. But we are currently building the top floor of the. Here, I'll show you the base reference again. Okay, so here's the dome. Here's the top of the arena. It's enclosed. The way that we have it built, there's a giant magnifying disc at the very center, which kind of acts as like a sunlight to let like natural light into the arena, if there is any. There doesn't happen to be any here right now. But yeah, if sunlight or whatever bright light is coming in through the skylight, then it helps light up the arena. Natural light's good. But if you reverse it, you can fire a laser out of the private booth area through the lens to become a laser that can hit something up to a mile away, dealing, I think it's 2D. I think it's 2D 12 times 10 damage. Times 100 damage, sorry. No, it's D12 times 100 damage is what it is. And then it has a very slow reload. It has to recharge. So, but yeah, so that's like the major death weapon of this. On top of it, it's got these massive crabs, crab claws, and giant stabby legs. But so what we're working on right now is this dome, like the exterior of this dome, which is parallel, you can see, to this level here, which is the luxury suite for Vocath. So that's like where he lives. So he drops down he descends his spiral staircase to the reception level, where his greeting chamber is at. It's like a throne room, but he's not a royalty, so it's a greetings chamber. And then that goes, that leads to a private booth here that oversees the arena. And then these are the commoners, quote unquote, the guests, the guests' entrance to visit, where there's a whole bunch of different war tribes gathered to watch arenas and get drunk and talk about their troubles with the elves. So good times. So we're working on the roof here and the interior of Vocath's luxury suite. So that is where we're at right now. I have these. The bracing here shouldn't be like this. It should actually be. Ugh, it doesn't line up. It should be more like that, honestly. This doesn't seem properly aligned, so let's just go. Let's find out how wide it is. We'll make ourselves a square. Beep. Use a square brush. Zoom in a bit. And it's going to be about like that. Yeah. So, bip, bip, bip. Put a dot in the middle. Up there. And now we can do that again. Let's do that again. Up there. The caps lock button is really useful here. When I'm using my brush, if it's caps lock, it's just a crosshairs, so I can target the center of different pixel blocks. Otherwise, it just shows you the true size of the brush, which is generally more useful. But I like making use of the 15 pixels. I think I want to go with a circle right now. Give me a circle, my dude. Thank you. And then I want that to be 15. No, 15. There it is. Cool. So let's use this space here. Yeah, that works. Yeah, that works. I should be able to just grab this and flip it. So duplicate, free transform, flip vertical. Yeah, that's all lining up so far. Good. Good. I built it correctly. Duplicate the layers. Free transform. Horizontal. I should slip into place as well. Bippity boppity bacon. Look at that. Cool. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's really good. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. All right, cool. BD beep. I'm gonna grab these two. There we go. Oh yeah. That is off kilter, isn't it? both of these are. Okay. Let's skew. And then we'll go after this guy up here. Free transform and skew. It just makes more sense that you'd have the supports here along this joint, because this is just a natural place to connect seams at. So, hey, Zon, how you doing? Feel the thrill, Kearney. Thanks for the words of support, my man. I appreciate you. Yeah, that fits proper. So, I think I want to do this. Like that. Yes, I do. All right. So where are we at? We're at 90 pixels. I'll probably bump it to 100. And then it's looking a little rough on the inside there, isn't it? Rough. It's 20 pixels wide. I'm gonna smooth up that curve a little bit here. Free transform and flip horizontal. Friend to the channel, DMsGuild. He runs a really great Discord channel, and he had brought up, I forget the name of it, but it's a board game about running a vineyard. And within about 25 minutes, I was able to cobble together a system using the Guild and Kingdom mechanics that I have on my Patreon. And it's free for people to look at, so you can go check it out during the stream while you're watching this or later on. But just go look for the In Command of Guilds and Kingdoms supplement that I have sitting on a Google Doc as a playtest document. Yeah, that fits. There. Duplicate. Free transform. There. Weird that they're off center. Yeah, that feels really weird. So something's going stupid on here. Did I just build this in the middle of the fucking thing? Okay, I'm getting lost here. Getting lost in the sauce. So that's my circle. Don't know what you are. What are you? Oh, you're the dot. Of course. Don't need you anymore. Legs, 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 circle. Where are you at? Come on, my dude. This is just me getting lost in my own. Ugh. Whatever. Move that down. Move that bump, bump, bump. Cool. Bump, bump, bump. There. Circle. That to there. Down to here. Trying to sort my shit out. So I built my circle weird somehow. Something isn't right. Free transform, show me. Thank you. Where are you all at? Transform. Huh. I'm gonna start. Frame. Let's call that frame. Frame. And then that's a circle. Circle. Get rid of all that business. Circle. Circle. All right, so why is everything so off? Impressive. Is this on the Discord? It's I think there's a link to it on the Discord. I mean, it should lead you to that. It's a Google Doc like everything else that I have. So there's a link to it on my Patreon, but I think I have the link to it on my Discord as well under the in command system. Yeah, it's basically ability checks. It's just an ability check system that instead of individual characters making ability checks with a skill that modifies it, you're having a guild, organization, or group of specialists performing a collective ability check, which is basically a industry check. However, whatever rank from 1 to 5 your guild is in an industry increases the die roll that you'll make with your rank plus your command die, basically D6, D4, D6, D8, D10, D12, 1 to 5. So a 5th rank guild in commerce, if it's trying to make a trade agreement, it's going to be able to have a really high syndicate DC to have like large amounts of money every season that you update your round. And so it'd like be a D20 plus 5 and then plus D12. So you can easily hit like the top DC is like 31. So when you have a 5th rank guild, you can invest a lot of resources into basically casting. You're basically like casting industry spells with your resource pool, which is effectively like spell points. It's like a first rank activity, like a very small insignificant task, like run couriers in the city. That'd be like a very minimal task. It require 1 resource. A 2nd rank would be 4 resources. 3rd rank is 9. 4th rank is 16. And 5th rank is 25. So if you're investing in something, you're spending 25 resources to invest in that high rank thing. But if it's an investment, it's something that you're basically gaining a permanent asset to, like a new building or like a new enclave or a trade route, something like that. Or you could buy things that's like as temporary spells, like as immediate effects for 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 mana or resources. So when you're a 5th rank organization, I think it is that you have you have 25. You have a minimum of 25 mana to be at resources like for military or for commerce or for agriculture. There's basically up to 6. Maybe you could add more if you need it, but generally the cap is 6 industries. and whatever industries you want your guild to focus on, that's where you invest your resource points into, and you can generate you can generate enough resources and stockpile it as wealth that you can then spend to purchase another resource, like a permanent resource of industry. So a first rank industry will cost you 1 point per resource until you get 4, and now you're second rank. Now each point that you need, it'll cost you 2 points. It'll cost you 2 resources to get another one. So then when you finally get up to 9, you're third rank, and then it goes up to 25. So when you get to 25, you have access to, you can pay for and invest in 5th ranked things if you spend all of your resources on it. And then you just scale up more resources with just stacking industry by accumulating more. You can also do like corporate raids. You can seize assets. You can blackmail or take over different organizations, and all these can be converted to this resource pool that you then spend or invest to be able to make ability checks every season, to be able to do different things like build magic items, find out information, do research, create new spells, gain control of an area militarily, scout a region, have NPCs go out and do these things as basically ability checks or command checks. If you know my siege system, you know what a command check is. It's D20 plus your rank plus your proficiency die, or a character can use a feat to use a stat instead of their rank. So every time you gain a proficiency bonus, you gain a rank. At 17th level, you're 5th. At first level, you have a proficiency bonus of 2, you're first rank. So there you go. So it scales up like that, and so as your character gets higher levels, they can automatically expand resources inside of their guild to operate at the level that they are at. Or if you take over another organization, you can only retain as much of that organization as your rank. If I go and assassinate a guild master of the Assassin's Guild in town, and it's a 5th rank organization, and I'm only a 2nd rank rogue, like at 6th, 7th level, then all I'm going to be able to hold on to is 2 ranks worth of that Assassin's Guild, and the other 3 ranks above me is going to fracture off into other groups or become a rival. So you can create geopolitics and well, not geopolitics, you'd break up the land to do that, but you can do that too by assigning a number of resource points per square mile or per hex or tile, however you want to play it out. You can allocate resources. So now you're playing a Command and Conquer or like a StarCraft type game where you're networking, creating more workers to go out and extract the resources from the environment around you. And if you invest instead of buy, you can milk that resource every season. Otherwise, you can just buy it real quick and you can get whatever that resource is giving you. But you want to invest in it so that you can grow it as a resource to mine from or to do forestry with or whatever. So that's how the system works. You grab the resource points by however it is that you've built yourself to be able to gather resources, and then you invest them in ability checks. So depending on the difficulty of the task, may require you to hold that mana, or to that industry. You might have to hold those resources until that task is completed. Fast tasks, you don't have to hold the resource for very long. Very difficult task, you might have to hold on for a long time. Or if you invest more resources, you might be able to speed up a process. Average thing, but you pump a bunch of resources into it so you get it done immediately. So you can have things that would take a long time get compressed by spending more and more resources on it. I could actually build a magic system out of this if I wanted to drop it down to the character level, but I'll wait until this gets published first, and then we'll go into specialists that are individual NPCs or simple characters that use this same system, but instead they gain renown and information about the different industries so that they as individuals can operate with their own ability check what an entire organization would be able to do as a passive industry check. The only difference is that these specialists you have to invest in, or it's your character, or like your sidekick, or whatever. So they become these specialist characters that can do the same thing that another guild can do. It just might not be at the same scale. So specialist parties like assassin, like if you have an assassin guild, you can just look at doing things as an assassin guild in general. Like assassins kill people and they get paid for it. Well, let's just kind of make it background noise and you guys have at it. Or you micromanage it by investing your guild into individual specialists, and each specialist goes out and invests their time in running jobs, which could, in all these circumstances, these can all become adventure hooks for you. So if your guild screws up a die roll, you could rule that they accomplished the task. However, they have if they're trying to do a heist, they get noticed, or like if they're attempting to rob somebody, they get identified, stuff like that. So you can accomplish your goal and have setbacks with it. I'm going to block this off here. Good. And we got that there. And yeah, that's a little out of alignment. Let's see if I can line that up. That feels pretty good. Took me a little while. I'm on my ramble. But goddamn, I love that system. If you checked out my my Eberron asteroid belt campaign, when I was walking through the different industries that the guild has, that is using that same system. So it's like a really fast, light D20 plus a proficiency die. Everything gets resolved with ability checks. And the characters that are in my Eberron campaign, they're playing specialists, where they have these, they're in different categories of being an explorer or a diplomat or a soldier or scout. Yeah, thank you. So anyway, they're having a blast. It's we're like 15 games in at this point, and it's really fun. We're having a lot of fun. They're fucking around. It's a very Beck Me style of game. Like it's very rules light. So you're mostly just making decisions about stuff, and then you're assigning a DC to the skill check to accomplish that action. And if you succeed, you do the thing. If you fail, maybe you do the thing. It's like a yes but. You know, like the result that they get is either going to be yes, yes, and if they roll really well, or yes, but if they roll really badly. But generally, they always accomplish what they're trying to do. It's never you fail at doing this unless it's something completely absolute. But like if they fall off of a cliff, you fall off the cliff, but you catch yourself on a branch 20 feet down. Now you have to climb out. Since they failed the initial ability check to get across the ravine, they now have to make a less difficult ability check to climb out, so that they couldn't hit the number the first time, so we need to give them a lower number that they are able to hit. And sometimes they take damage as a result of these mishaps, or these what is it? Not a drawback, conflict. No, it's complication. Thank you. These complications sometimes deal damage, but a lot of times just creates new things that you have to figure out. It's kind of like adding more and more timer, like clocks, to your dungeon. The more they screw up, the more clocks they have, the more things are triggering and happening to them. So they have to clean all the clocks so they can reduce the amount of shit they have to do at any given time. So they don't have the more shit they have to do, the more they have to break up their own action economy to try to resolve different tasks. But they can only do one thing each round, which allows us to cycle through 5 people, 15 rounds of activity, whether it's combat or exploring, doesn't matter, or conversation. Everything breaks down into a round by round base. And like in an hour, 5 of us can get through 10, 15 rounds of advancement, which is like 2 or 3 combats, a puzzle, and maybe a skill or social challenge of some sort. Like we can get through like 3 or 4 different complications per hour with this system, which is incredibly fast. Taking damage, casting spells, taking actions, using utilities, items and stuff, exploring the area, asking questions. 5 people, me makes 6. So basically everyone gets like an honest even, like they get like 7 minutes each, and I get like 20 some odd. So because I have to respond to everything that they say and I have to feed narrative, but they get a good even chunk of time, every single one of them, because the action economy is broken down to be so simple that everything is the same, has the same resolution. So everything takes the same amount of time to resolve resolution. So, and where was my, oh yeah, now I want the frames. Bop, bop, bop. Bop, bop. There. Everything should be hunky-dory now. And everything is in fact, okay, great. That all worked out great. This is a much better circle. I done it good. I done it good. Nice. I'm glad we're having this conversation. Thanks for hanging out. This is freaking great. I don't need that. I don't need that. I'm going to keep that around just in case, though. I got my wheel here. I want to drop another wheel in. Shrink up the frame. That all just kind of worked out, didn't it? Let's do that. Let's put this in with it. I saw that dot. Circle, frame. That's probably me. Yeah, that's my fault. Let's get rid of that. Weird. There we go. Cute. Blip. Bop. 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 So where are we at? I want to add another lens. That's right. I want to do the good. Another lens. So let's go with I think 100 is what I decided was good. What's good? And I use the cap button to get the little crosshairs, and then bam, there we go. Perfect every time. Perfect every time. Let's see. Yeah, so that's the command system works exactly the same way as the game that I built for Eberron. And if you saw that like 2 months ago, it's still there. You can go check it out if you're interested. This should be a circle, I believe, with a circumference of, it's supposed to be 20 wide. No, I only want to be 10 wide. So that means I need 80. Let's drop the opacity so I can see my crosshairs. Yeah, I think that's good. Oh, yeah, I like that. That's super cool. Let's do this. We'll go here. We want to be like this. I think that looks super dope. So that's the focus of the laser, right? It has the mirror of soul trapping, right? And Vocath, while he's piloting the crab, he can use his spell-like abilities to use, or you could use, your character could use spell slots to power up the mirror of soul binding, and instead of capturing and then projecting a creature at a later time, wherever it is that the mirror is pointing at. This could do two things. One, it can do that, but it can target up to a mile away. I'm thinking at some point when I start building the kaiju book, I'll reintegrate into here that you can make a bigger monster than its normal size. But for now, we're just going with the normal size. But you could target a Star Moth ship, and since it has a Braxit stored inside of the mirror, when it hits this amplifying. Not like this. Nope. There. That's what I'm trying to do. There. Yeah, like a lens. I'm gonna mess around with this just a little bit. because I just want to doodle and talk a bit, so I don't have to think too much about what's next. Just want to do Lindsay stuff. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. That's what I want to do. I just want to fill this space in more like a lens would look. So yeah, you can project out of this to hit targets really far away with a monster. Like there's a megapede in there, like a 150-foot megapede. And you can use this to project it and hit a ship like a 200-foot Star Moth. It now has a megapede crawling around the ship, tearing it apart because megapedes use kaiju scale combat because they're 150 feet long. So they're kaiju, so they use the kaiju mechanics. And so you project one of those onto an incoming ship, and suddenly that ship can't do anything anymore. It is getting wrecked. Which is awesome. So it has there's a number of mean creatures that you're supposed to fight in the arena, like up close and personal. But when push comes to shove, you can use those creatures to attack enemies, and then you could pull the monster back in with the. You just gotta go to where it's at and then pick it up and just basically pull it back into the mirror and back home. And you can heal it. And, we have a vet. To take care of the animals. So yeah, it's kind of fun. So that's its primary use. Otherwise, it is able to use spell-like abilities or spell slots to project a laser, a radiant damage, or not. Radiant damage from the mirror as a magical source that you're feeding mana through to punch out. Hits the lens, gets amplified, and can hit a target a mile away. So it's like a fire. It's like a guiding bolt. Basically, it's like a super amplified guiding bolt spell, and so it does D12 times 100 damage, radiant damage when it hits. So it could do up to 1200 damage, which is enough to just absolutely wreck any ship. So it can one shot a lot of ships, but it has a slow recharge time. So you might be able to get one, maybe two shots off for a normal encounter. Of like a 4-round encounter, you might be able to get one shot off, right? But if you want to expand, like you don't have to resolve it in 4 rounds if you don't want to. But you could very well do so. The amount of firepower that's going to be on the board would allow for a 4-round combat. If you keep it at the macro scale of fleet versus fleet, then the amount of damage that's going to be exchanged between the two fleets would be enough to resolve everything within 4 rounds, no problem. But if you zoom in and have characters interacting with stuff directly on a deck-by-deck basis, if you wanted to get close and personal with Prince Zelth when he shows up, you could go up and punch him in the face yourself personally if you want to, if that's what you want to do. Then you can slow down the combat, so that you're dealing with getting off of your ship onto his ship, engaging him in combat, and kind of like draw out the encounter a little bit more. All the fleet stuff can still be happening, especially like if you have a character that just wants to mine the fleet and be the pilot, like stay on board the ship and be the pilot. This is going to give them something to do, and occasionally they might be able to like command siege weapons to fire to support the team on the deck of the ship that they're attacking. So you can get granular with it if you want to, or you can zoom out and resolve things quickly with fleet damage. So you have that option, and they're designed to freely interact. So it's just that if you get down to the character level, they're going to have to deal with like action economy of moving around the board of the ship. And you're not just trying to destroy the ship. You're trying to take out the people on the ship, which is why piracy is a slower process than war. Because they want to take over the ship and take all the stuff. That's moving people around. That takes a little while. So it just depends on how personal does do your players want it to get. Because this works at all of them. We're just providing the arena, pardon the pun, for the two fleets to engage with each other at the Moon of Vocath. And then to provide the enemy fleet with your allied fleet to be able to engage with each other, and then have a win condition like one zealot is down to half of his ships, or if you're able to punch him in the face yourself personally, that's when they're going to retreat. So you have those two fronts that you can go. You can either just try to take him out at the fleet level, or you could try to board his ship and skull punch him yourself personally. Both are viable options. He's just there to intimidate you. He's not expecting the level of hostility that you're able to muster. So that immediately makes you a threat. The next thing that you're supposed to do in the adventure is gather your fleet and go attack them. Now, if you have a good fight, Zealot's actually afraid of you now, and you are a problem that they want to take seriously. So the battle at the Citadel is going to have a lot more weight for you, I think, through this. Like this sets up the why are they waiting for you, because it's assumed they're waiting for you. Basically, they're patrolling like they should, right? But it takes no time for the ships to move from wherever they are in orbit to attacking you. Like in less than a minute, they can be on you in a swarm, and so them being on alert because you personally kick their asses. That's a good reason for them to be on high alert. So that helps feed the narrative there. So this is actually, I think, a pretty necessary component. Given what these mechanics can do, this is a really important encounter for the characters to win, because they can assert themselves as somebody that will get you through alive. You can trust me. The more ships you lose during this battle, the less they're going to trust you as a leader. The more you're going to have to like if you destroy Zealot, he runs like hell, and nobody loses a ship there. Everyone is automatically on board with you. It's like, yeah, we're coming along. Anyone that loses a ship, you have to convince to come along, because you didn't protect them when you were in charge. So now you have to win them back. So that helps add reason to the social challenges that are already built into the adventure to win favor with each faction. So we're just deepening the reason why these things would be. So it's just a reframe. But since we have the ability to lead with force, since we can apply force as a negotiation tactic in saving our planet from being destroyed, remember? We're saving our world. So applying force is fine here. But now we have the means of actually being able to express that force with the armada that you can assemble, and have the mechanics to actually have them deal significant damage to the city that you're about to assault. So in the supplement that's on DMsGuild, it actually has the hit points, the amount of hit points that a block of street has. So if you start carpet bombing the town, you'll know how much damage you need to do to destroy all of the buildings in that area. So fucking great, man. I love it. I absolutely just love the scaling of objects and creatures and ships in this. It's just, God, it turned out so well. I'm so thrilled with it. Gotta check it. I mean, it's all in the preview. If you haven't seen it yet, you should really go check it out. It's super cool. Maybe there may have been some better way to do it, but no one else seems to be trying. So I guess I'm the best shot we've got, and I'm fine with that. I don't mind knocking myself down just a little bit, just to say that. But that's a circle. I kind of wanna. Nah, wrong one. You know, I kind of want to. I'm using these corners here, these little tips right here. I'm using those to gauge the distance of each of these sections. Like if all four of these triangles are lining up at the tips of these, then I know We're at a pretty good balance point. And those are really, really good. So this is actually really well positioned. That gives us an idea of how this would look. How big is that? Shit. It's that sized. 300 pixels. Okay, so I can have 20 on each side. That'll take me down to 260. Oh yeah, I legitimately like that. I legit like that. I think that looks good. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Let's see. So that's done. Okay. Sure. That's done there. And this is done. This is just railing. This is a 50-foot square. It's Vocath is large, so everything's at the scale of 10 feet, not 5. So 2x2 spaces is everything here. So this railing is like it's like 3 feet thick, 4 feet thick, but the Vocath is 10 feet. So like 10 feet tall. So 5 foot thick, 10 feet tall. That'd be like, yeah, about that big of a wall here between you and Oblivion. So that's not bad. That's proper size for Vocath. I'm content with that. That leads, so from here, and there's no there's no direct access here, but I feel like there should be like some sort of a scaffolding here. You know, like steps. Like there should be steps. Huh. Let's see how this goes. That's 5 feet. So we would need to have duplicate. Okay. That worked out nicely. Merge these layers. Merge these layers. Perfect. Duplicate. 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 And then duplicate. Duplicate. Duplicate again. A lot of duplicating. Whole lot of duplicating going on. There we go. Oh my god, that's perfect. Cool. Let's blip those all up. We'll duplicate. merge that group. Duplicate. And duplicate. I scored a free copy of Warriors of Krynn, the board game for Dragonlance. I am thrilled to have this. The mass combat system that we developed can be used with Dragonlance. So I need to create. Burp. Yeah, like that. There we go. This is just masks. I'm not actually deleting it. These are just mask layers, so it becomes invisible. Put some railing in. Passive was only at 99. That's weird. Smaller. I don't know if you're still around or not, Zona, but you are very welcome, my man. Pop my neck. Good times. Cool. Now we have a ladder. Let's see. Beep, beep, beep. Ooh, I feel like this. Oh my god, that's so perfect. Look at that. Fucking awesome. It's perfect. God, that's perfect. Hey, man. Yeah, there's a lot of arachnid going on, ain't there? Yeah, I don't know if you think that commands that guild stuff sounds cool or not, but it's probably gonna be my first Kickstarter project, or it'll be my first non-DMsGuild product, and I doubt I'll have the amount of momentum needed to have a proper Kickstarter, like to succeed at a Kickstarter. So I'll probably just make the thing. And then if I get any traction with the thing, then I can use that thing to potentially kickstart by offering the core book to be a benefit of being a backer. Like that might make sense. Like there's like no end of variations and mini games and stuff that I can build off of that system. It's really fucking good. I am incredibly proud of it. it's sad to say that the first the first live streaming of it that I had was like 2 years ago. Like that's the first time I think I was showing it off. It's just been mothballed forever, kind of like just hanging out in the background because it's like I know it's going to be the first thing on the DMsGuild or first thing I do that's not going to be on the DMsGuild. So I'm kind of like want to get all the other stuff out of my system. I know that's not necessarily the proper solution. Where are you coming from, kiddo? Interesting. Man, I don't think I need that there, though. Let's see. I'm sussing stuff. We're in the sussing stage. I know. So we're gonna have we'll have double doors here, and I specifically wanted that space to be. I want to make it. Actually, I do. I want to make it larger. So. Mabs. Go find it. There. Like that. There. That's how this is how wide I want the doors here. Because I think we're going to have little statue, not little, we're going to have like 40-foot statues here. And I want them to be able to clomp over here and be able to reach into the space to grab any interlopers that are in the area to smite. So let's see. I know I want. What is that? Let's make it 14. Not quite. There. Precision. Yeah, that feels good. So, yeah, I want this to be an open space. That's 10. That's about 10 feet wide, which makes that 20 feet. I'm good with that. It's a little off center though. Of course, like this. There we go. That's a plenty wide door. So the idea is this: there's a ramp downstairs that along this inner wall here that ramps up to this floor. So this now ramps up to here. It would be. Enter here. Thinking kind of like this right now. Where'd my music go? Cool. All right. Let's see. Feels like I'm just gonna do some sculpting, some engineering. I feel like this should be blocked off. So there's only one way, and this would spiral up to, I guess I'm making another level. Oh boy. Let's see. Did not anticipate that. Thank you. Technically, I don't need any of this. Here. Right. Clean up that a little bit there. Yeah, I don't technically need any of this. I can just have this. I don't technically need any of that. Actually, I think I want to have that all the way down to, yeah, that feels about right. Right about there. Let's do that. A little bit further maybe. Keep going. There, we'll use that as my lineup, my 45-degree angle lineup. There we go. Perfect. There you go. And I could have here, I could have like all this just blocked up. Right? Now that's a huge amount of pad. But if he's paranoid about getting killed, this is a great way to fortify himself. And he can have an observation. He can have his own personal observation deck up the next level, which now makes sense. Let's see. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. This would be his. This would be where he would rest. Further up would be where he is brave to look out into the universe. Down here is kind of a safe house. Let's see. Contemplating my next move. Huh. Yeah. I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay with this. Oh, that works nicely. Okay. So I bet. How large is this? Yeah, it should be 10. What are the chances? I need to put a I need to put a stump in here. Hold on. You know what? That's... Nah. Not like that. Like this. We'll go like... circle. We'll go like that. Show me. Oh, just a little off. So, let's see. If I were to go here... clearance here. That's a very thick door. That's a very thick door. I don't think I need a door that thick. Let's there. Let's thin that up a touch. Or 5. There. How's that? Still sitting fine. Murph. Yeah, okay. That technically works. But yeah, it's gonna block here. Actually, that's really, really good idea to do that. Have these doors big enough to block that. It's basically a thick, it's a very thick door. You'd have to break through that to get up here. That's perfect. Just open the door. Have a Titan stand here with this door open. So if you get through the door, now you're gonna have to eat 30 feet worth of golem. You're gonna get fucked. So, I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay, cool. That's what we're gonna do. Nope. Yeah, that's actually pretty fucking awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Duplicate. Free transform. It's been raining here in Seattle today. Absolutely divine. But we do need to fix. Fix. Come on, dummy. Let's see. Uh-oh. There. I have to sculpt the door so it can slide past. Nice. I am content with that. Let's see. Oh god, that looks so good. Hold on. Yeah, that's pretty fucking good. Okay. It's been contemplating. Looking at the next move. You know. These are doors. Outer doors. The elite. The elite. Now let's do some inner doors. I guess I could just start doing that. I could start using folders and labeling the folders and having multiple stacks of stuff inside of that folder. Yeah, when I'm doing draft work like this, I really should just layer on the labels. And folders are the best way to be able to multi-layer, label multiple, layers in a group. That's what grouping is for. But yes. So. I like this, man. I really feel like I'm getting some progress done today. I'm really happy about that. Really, really, really happy about let's no, this way. Like that. Bloop. Get that out of the way. Two by two there. Two by two. There we go. Sitting pretty. Ooh, I can. But no, I don't think I want to do it that way. That's what I need to do. Nice. Just like that. Yeah, okay. That'll work. Pixel art, pixel art, pixel art, blart. I do enjoy pixel art. It's fun. Pop my Yeah. This would open inward. In towards the interior. Inward. Sounds so bad now. Fuck it. Yeah, that feels good. Let's scoot it back just a touch. Yeah, that feels good. There, you have to go through the doors here. If these are closed, this is just a nice little private sanctum. If the doors are open, potential trouble. If he's in here and he wants to come out here, these open in, and then he just can walk out. That makes sense. Opening inward and push outward always makes sense. Always makes sense. Okay, cool. So that is good. Yeah. Yeah. Duplicate this. this up. Oh yeah, that's 10 feet. Okay. Oh, that just means that this isn't 10 feet. Cool. Well, that's easy to fix. I hear you, buddy. I hear you, buddy. Hey. I hear you. Yes. How are we doing on time? 9:40? All right, I gotta check out here in a few minutes. There it is. Nah, that pans out. Super heavy armor. Keeps himself safe, that's for sure. Just got that there, got that there. And so when we come back next time, this is just going to be a large. I think this is no. We'll probably have like a privateer sanctum. So this will have to be public areas, like maybe along this line and back is his actual quarters. And here. Study. And just common area, bar area. And the bar would be upstairs. So this would be private quarters, library, study. Private quarters, study. And then I guess just open space, I guess. Yeah, space for shenanigans. I think that's fair. Okay, cool. So that's it for today. This opens inward like that. We have the clearance. We already know it. This feels really good. Okay, well, I mean, we still have a little bit to go. We need to build the interior walls to break those two spaces up, those three spaces, and then we'll have to build upstairs the observation deck, and that'll be the last deck. It'll just be this. It'll just be the circular space, and it's all gonna just be open. So it's just basically just gonna be a wall. This is basically gonna be two circles in a bar in the middle. That's basically all we need out of that, and then that will complete. I believe that completes. Yeah, that completes all the decks on the ship. So then we just got to go through and do all the little details like furniture and shit. And once we get that done, I guess we'll look to colorize it because the line art will be done. So then we'll look to color it. Wow, I can't believe that. This is coming along, man. This is really, really coming along. I'm really happy with it. It's fucking cool. It's a monster, man. It's so fucking cool. I am very, very happy. Let's see. So I'll be back tomorrow morning to work on more Eberron tokens, and then let's do this. There. That's the crap space. Yeah, this is super fucking cool. This is super cool. I love this. I am so, I'm just, don't mind me. I'm geeking out over my own shit. mean, I'd say that's like true interior. Or true exterior. That's the space that actually takes up. So, I am pretty happy with that. I'll need to, yeah, we'll do a over like the things that you can actually see on the external. Like it'll just be like a spire here, this arena dome, and then the legs sticking out and the head sticking out from underneath it. It's not a very difficult thing for me to illustrate as an external token. Very simple. It's when you start peeling apart all the layers that it gets more difficult. So, fuck yes, man. I am very, very happy. Yeah, so I'll be back tomorrow morning to work on Eberron tokens some more. And then after that, at lunchtime tomorrow, we will... I guess we're gonna continue poking. God, am I going to? I feel like I'm going to start sketching the cover for Warforged and Machines. Maybe I should start sketching this. Maybe I should start doing the cover for this. Or maybe I can actually use like the schematics of this as the cover. I don't know, man. Let's. Yeah. I think on Friday, tomorrow at lunch we're gonna start doing the artwork for this book cover. I think we can make a neat little battle. I hope that we can. We'll see. We'll fuck around and find out. That's it. I'll see you guys. Hopefully I'll see you guys in the morning. So cheers. Like, subscribe, blah. Laters.